Have you ever wondered why some people seem to rise above every challenge, while others remain trapped by fear, doubt, and endless struggle? The difference is not luck. It is not fate. It is the hidden power within the mind that shapes every choice, every action, and every result you see in life. Right now, as you listen to these words, a force inside you is working silently. It never sleeps. It never stops. It is your subconscious mind, and it is more powerful than you have ever imagined. Your conscious mind is the part you use every day to think, to plan, to judge, and to reason. But it is small compared to the vast ocean beneath it. The subconscious mind accepts whatever is given to it and then creates your reality from those instructions. It does not question. It does not reject. It obeys. If you repeat thoughts of weakness, fear, or failure, it quietly builds a life that matches those beliefs. If you feed it thoughts of strength, vision, and success, it will just as faithfully create a future filled with possibility. This is not philosophy. It is not wishful thinking. Psychologists tell us that up to 95% of human behavior is driven by the subconscious. Think about that. Almost everything you do, everything you choose, everything you believe about yourself is controlled by a silent force you rarely notice. This is why change feels so difficult. Because even when you want to change with your conscious mind, the subconscious continues to repeat old patterns. But here's the miracle. What was programmed can be reprogrammed. And when you begin to impress new beliefs on your subconscious, your life begins to transform in ways that feel almost supernatural. Consider this truth. Every word you speak to yourself is a command. Every image you hold in your mind is an instruction. When you say, "I can't," you are writing failure into your future. When you say, "I will," you are planting the seed of success. The subconscious does not argue. It listens and it creates. This is the power Joseph Murphy spoke of when he said, "Change your thoughts and you change your destiny." Imagine the freedom of knowing you are no longer a victim of chance. Imagine waking each morning with the awareness that what you feed your mind today will shape your tomorrow. Every affirmation, every vision, every belief is a brick in the foundation of your future. You do not need to force the world to bend to your will. You only need to direct your mind, and the subconscious will begin to open doors, attract opportunities, and guide you toward the life you were meant to live. And here is the reason you must stay with me until the end, because the moment you truly understand and apply this power, everything in your life can change. Fear will no longer paralyze you. Doubt will no longer dictate your choices. You will rise above the barriers that once held you back, not because the world has changed, but because your mind has. Your subconscious is listening right now. It is waiting for the next command. And with every word you choose, you are shaping your destiny. Stay with these ideas, and you will discover that the greatest power you have is already within you, ready to serve you, ready to create for you, ready to transform your entire life. When you close your eyes at night and drift into sleep, the conscious mind rests, but the subconscious continues its work. It speaks in images, symbols, and emotions. It weaves together fragments of your thoughts, your fears, and your hidden desires. These are your dreams. And they are not random. They are messages. They are the secret language of your deeper mind, giving you glimpses of truths you may not face in the daylight. Think about the last dream that stayed with you. Perhaps you were flying high above the ground, feeling free and limitless. Or maybe you were falling, helpless and afraid. Perhaps you met someone you had not seen in years, or stood in a place that felt strangely familiar. Each of these moments carries meaning. Flying often reflects freedom, confidence, and untapped potential. Falling reveals insecurity and doubt. Meeting a familiar face can point to parts of yourself you have forgotten. Your subconscious does not speak in words. It speaks in pictures, in feelings, in experiences that bypass logic and go straight to your soul. This is why dreams have the power to reveal who you really are beneath the surface. They show you the beliefs you carry, the emotions you suppress, and the desires you may be afraid to admit. Science confirms that dreams help process memory, regulate emotions, and prepare the mind for learning. But they do more than that. They guide you. They show you possibilities that the conscious mind ignores. Many of history's greatest breakthroughs were born in dreams. a melody that changed music forever, a scientific discovery that reshaped the world, a vision that gave birth to new ideas. Your subconscious mind never sleeps, and it uses dreams to whisper answers, solutions, and direction. This is why it is so important to pay attention to what you see at night. Your dreams are like a mirror. They reflect the state of your inner world. When you learn to listen, you begin to see the patterns, the signals, and the wisdom waiting to guide you. Keep a journal near your bed. Write down what you remember, even if it feels unclear. Over time, you will see meaning emerge. You will discover that your subconscious has been speaking to you all along, nudging you toward growth, toward healing, toward your true path. But the power of dreams is not only in receiving messages, it is in giving instructions. The moments before sleep are among the most powerful times to shape your subconscious. When the conscious mind grows quiet, the deeper mind becomes open, receptive, and ready to be impressed. What you think and feel in those last moments before sleep can echo through the night and begin to reshape your reality. If you fall asleep in fear, worry, or regret, your subconscious will carry those emotions through the dark. But if you close your eyes with faith, gratitude, and vision, your subconscious will take those seeds and water them until they grow. This is why so many who practice visualization and affirmation before sleep awaken with new ideas, renewed energy, and unexpected clarity. The subconscious does not rest. It continues to align, to organize, to prepare you for the life you are choosing to believe in. Tonight, when you close your eyes, you can decide, will you hand your subconscious a command of fear, or will you plant the seed of a greater future? Dreams are not illusions. They are instructions, reflections, and revelations. They are the bridge between the life you live and the life you are capable of creating. Listen to them, use them, trust them, and you will discover that even in the silence of the night, your mind is working for you, shaping a destiny far greater than anything you have yet imagined. There are moments in life when you sense something before it happens. You know who is about to call before the phone rings. You feel the energy of a room before anyone speaks. You sense danger and avoid it, only to discover later that your instinct saved you. These are not coincidences. They are the whispers of your subconscious mind. They are signals of intuition, the deeper intelligence within you reaching beyond logic to guide your steps. What many call extrasensory perception is not something supernatural or reserved for the gifted few. It is a natural ability of the mind when it is tuned to awareness. Your subconscious is always gathering information. It absorbs subtle cues, patterns, emotions, and signals you may not consciously notice. The conscious mind is slow, rational, deliberate. The subconscious is fast, intuitive, and limitless. This is why a sudden gut feeling can be more accurate than hours of analysis. It is not irrational. It is super-rational. It is wisdom that bypasses thought and speaks directly to your spirit. The truth is, intuition is one of the most valuable powers you possess. When you trust it, it protects you, guides you, and leads you toward opportunities you might otherwise miss. When you silence it with doubt and fear, you block one of the greatest gifts of the mind. How many times have you ignored that quiet voice, only to realize later that it was right all along? And how many times have you followed it, only to discover it led you exactly where you needed to be? This inner perception is not random. It is part of the connection you have with the greater intelligence of life itself. Call it energy, call it spirit, call it the collective mind. The subconscious is not isolated. It is linked to the field of life that surrounds and sustains us all. This is why synchronicities occur. The right person appears at the right moment. The answer comes when you need it most. A chance encounter changes your entire direction. These are not accidents. They are alignments between your inner belief and the flow of the universe. You strengthen this ability by stillness. The noise of constant thought drowns out the voice of intuition. But in silence, in meditation, in moments of presence, the subconscious becomes clearer. You begin to hear what has always been speaking to you. You begin to see what has always been in front of you. You begin to sense the path that fear once kept hidden. The more you trust, the stronger it grows. Doubt weakens intuition. Faith sharpens it. Joseph Murphy taught that belief tunes the subconscious like a radio dial. When you believe in guidance, you become more open to it. When you affirm direction, the subconscious begins to reveal it. What you expect, you attract. What you trust, you experience. Do not wait for extraordinary signs. Intuition often speaks in gentle nudges, in quiet knowing, in feelings that cannot be explained but cannot be denied. Pay attention, act on them. Each time you follow through, you deepen your connection. Each time you honor it, you strengthen your inner compass. Life is not meant to be walked blindly. You were given a deeper sense, a guiding light within you that sees beyond logic and time. When you align with it, fear loses its grip. The unknown becomes less threatening because you no longer face it alone. You move with confidence, knowing that something greater within you and around you is always leading you forward. Your subconscious is more than memory and habit. It is perception, guidance, and connection. And when you choose to listen, you discover that you are never without direction, never without wisdom, never without a way forward. The path is already there. The question is whether you will trust the voice inside that has always been pointing you toward it. If this inner compass is always guiding, why then do so many feel lost, stuck, or powerless? The reason is not that the power is missing. The reason is that the mind has been programmed with barriers that block it. From the earliest moments of life, messages are planted deep within. You were told what is possible, what is not, what you deserve, and what you will never achieve. These words may have seemed harmless, but repeated often enough, they sank into the subconscious and grew into walls. Those walls are not physical. They are beliefs, and beliefs create reality. When you believe life is a struggle, you notice only struggle. When you believe opportunity is scarce, you overlook the doors opening all around you. When you believe you are not enough, every chance for growth feels unreachable. These are not truths. They are prisons built by thought. And the most important truth you can realize is this: prisons built by thought can be broken by thought. What was once accepted in your subconscious can be replaced. What was once a barrier can become a doorway. Awareness is the first key. Begin to notice the words you speak to yourself every day. Pay attention to the inner dialogue that runs in silence. Do those words lift you or defeat you? Do they open you or close you? Every thought is a seed, and your subconscious is fertile soil. You cannot plant weeds and expect roses. You cannot feed your mind with fear and expect peace. You cannot repeat doubt and expect courage. The power lies in choosing new seeds. When you hear yourself say, "I can't," you replace it with, "I am learning." When you hear, "I'm unlucky," you affirm, "Life supports me." At first, it may feel false because the conscious mind is conditioned to resist, but repetition breaks resistance. Just as water shapes stone over time, repeated words shape the subconscious until they become natural, automatic, and true. Neuroscience confirms what ancient teachers always knew: the brain rewires itself according to habit. This is neuroplasticity. Every time you repeat a thought, visualize a new reality, or affirm a belief, you are strengthening pathways in your brain. Old patterns weaken, new patterns grow. You are not stuck. You are being rewired every day, either by fear or by faith, either by limitation or by possibility. The choice is yours. When you visualize success with emotion, when you see yourself already living the life you desire, your subconscious accepts it as fact. The body responds, preparing you for the reality you imagine. Athletes rehearse victories in their minds before they step onto the field. Musicians perform in silence before they perform on stage. This is not fantasy. It is preparation. It is the subconscious creating alignment between inner vision and outer reality. But the old patterns will not leave without resistance. Doubt will whisper. Fear will return. Failure will try to remind you of the past. This is not a sign of weakness. It is the proof that you are rewriting the script. Each time you refuse to give in, the old belief loses power. Each time you affirm a new truth, the new belief grows stronger. Persistence is the bridge from where you are to where you want to be. Mental barriers are not permanent. They are thoughts pretending to be laws. The moment you stop feeding them, they begin to collapse. And as they collapse, you see clearly what has always been waiting for you, that the impossible was never real. It was only unseen. And now, with faith, with repetition, with vision, you are learning to see it. The subconscious mind is not your enemy. It is not working against you. It has never betrayed you. It has simply obeyed what it was given, faithfully following the instructions planted within it. It is a silent servant, always listening, always responding, always shaping reality according to the seeds you allow to fall into its soil. The question is not whether it is working, but whether you are directing it with wisdom or leaving it to be programmed by fear, doubt, and outside voices. Think of it as the most fertile ground imaginable. Whatever you plant will grow. Plant fear, and you will live surrounded by it. Plant doubt, and your life will reflect hesitation at every turn. But plant faith, courage, and vision, and those qualities will multiply until they overflow into every area of your life. The soil does not choose. It does not judge. It does not resist. It simply produces. This is why guarding your thoughts is not optional. It is essential. Because what you allow to take root in your mind will soon appear in your life. Every thought, every affirmation, every image you hold is a seed. The subconscious takes it in and waters it with emotion until it becomes a living reality. This is why fear is dangerous. Because fear is not just a passing feeling, it is a command. Worry is not just a distraction, it is an instruction. Anger, resentment, and doubt are not harmless moods. They are seeds that, if repeated, grow into barriers, failures, and pain. But in the same way, love, gratitude, faith, and confidence are seeds of greatness. The moment you begin to plant them deliberately, your subconscious starts creating conditions to make them bloom. Partnership with the subconscious begins with trust. You cannot fight it. You cannot force it. You cannot condemn yourself for past programming and expect change to come. Instead, you align with it. You speak to it as a friend. You give it clear instructions with conviction and belief. Each night before sleep, you can plant seeds that grow while you rest. You can say to yourself, tomorrow I wake filled with energy. Tomorrow I see solutions. Tomorrow I succeed. And while your conscious mind sleeps, your subconscious goes to work, aligning resources, sharpening perception, and preparing you for the reality you have chosen. Science shows this is not fantasy. Studies reveal that suggestion before sleep influences mood, performance, and even healing. The subconscious is most open when the conscious mind is quiet. This is why affirmations at night and first thing in the morning are powerful. They slip past resistance and settle directly into the fertile soil of your inner mind. But partnership is not only about speaking, it is also about listening. The subconscious speaks through intuition, through dreams, through sudden insights and feelings that arise without warning. Too often, these signals are dismissed as coincidence, yet they are guidance. They are the voice of the deeper self that sees farther than your conscious mind can reach. When you learn to listen, when you stop ignoring the subtle nudges, you begin to live in alignment instead of resistance. Living this way changes everything. You stop feeling alone in the struggle. You realize you carry within you a source of endless creativity, wisdom, and strength. Life begins to feel less like a battle and more like a flow. You act with greater confidence because you know you are not moving blindly. You are being guided, supported, and empowered by the most faithful partner you will ever have. This partnership is waiting for you now. It has been waiting your entire life. The moment you choose to trust it, to feed it, to listen to it, you will discover it has always been ready to serve you. It has always been ready to create the life you were meant to live. The greatest transformation begins the moment you understand that your subconscious does not respond to fear, but to faith. Fear is nothing more than misplaced belief. It is faith in the wrong direction, faith in failure, faith in loss, faith in the worst outcome. And as long as you hold fear, your subconscious works tirelessly to fulfill it. But when you choose faith, true, unwavering faith, you awaken a force within that can move mountains. Faith is not blind. Faith is vision. It is the decision to see beyond what is into what can be and to act as though it already exists. Your life changes the instant you stop being a prisoner of old programming and step into the role of creator. You are not bound by your past. You are not chained to old mistakes. You are not defined by the shadows of fear or doubt. You are the author of your mind and therefore the architect of your future. The past can teach, but it cannot hold you unless you allow it. Every memory, every wound, every limitation can be rewritten the moment you decide to give it a new meaning. What once was a prison becomes a lesson. What once was a burden becomes the fuel for your strength. Every transformation begins with belief. Belief that you are worthy. Belief that you are capable. Belief that life is not working against you, but for you. When you hold this belief, even before you see the evidence, your subconscious accepts it as truth. It begins reshaping your inner world to match. You notice opportunities you once ignored. You draw people and resources into your life that align with your new vision. Doors you thought were locked suddenly open, not because they were never there, but because you finally believed you could walk through them. But belief without movement is only a dream. Action is the bridge that carries vision into reality. Faith without action is fantasy. Faith with action is power. When you step forward in alignment with what you believe, your subconscious unites thought and reality. This is the secret behind every victory. The moment you act as though your success is inevitable, you set forces in motion that carry you toward it. Psychologists call this the expectancy effect. What you expect, you attract. When you expect failure, you unconsciously sabotage yourself. Your body language shifts. Your energy weakens. Your persistence fades. But when you expect success, even before it comes, your mind sharpens, your confidence rises, your determination strengthens. People respond to that energy. Life responds to that expectancy. Do not demand instant results. Growth is not rushed. A seed does not become a tree in a single night, yet the moment it is planted, the process has already begun. Your subconscious works in silence, aligning, preparing, shaping. Doubt will tempt you to give up too soon. Fear will whisper that nothing is happening. But every day you persist, every day you hold faith, you are watering the seed of your destiny. And in time, it will break the surface, visible and undeniable. The truth Joseph Murphy revealed is this: you are greater than you have ever been told. Within your mind lies a power that can heal, create, and transform. It is not somewhere outside of you. It is here now, listening to every thought, every word, every feeling. Feed it with vision, and it will open doors. Feed it with faith, and it will build strength. Feed it with gratitude, and it will multiply blessings. This is not about becoming someone else. It is about remembering who you already are, a being of infinite possibility, guided by a mind that never sleeps, supported by a subconscious that obeys every command you give it. And when you choose faith over fear, vision over doubt, and action over hesitation, you step into the life that was always waiting for you. Everything you desire already exists within the field of possibility, waiting for you to align with it. The subconscious mind is the bridge between what you imagine and what you experience. It does not recognize time or distance. It only responds to belief. When you impress it with an image, when you fuel that image with emotion, it begins to treat it as reality. And once it accepts it as reality, your actions, your energy, and the circumstances around you begin to reorganize in harmony with that vision. This is the hidden law of creation. The world is filled with people who live their entire lives without knowing this truth. They wait for permission, for luck, for proof before they allow themselves to believe. But the subconscious does not follow the outside world. It shapes it. Whatever you expect, you prepare for. Whatever you prepare for, you attract. Whatever you attract, you eventually live. This is why faith is the foundation of transformation. You do not wait to see before you believe. You believe first, and then you see. Transformation is not about trying harder. It is about thinking higher. You cannot build a new life with the same thoughts that built the old one. You cannot carry the weight of doubt and expect to rise into freedom. You cannot speak defeat and expect victory. The subconscious listens to the tone of your inner voice. It feels the energy of your emotions. If your words and your feelings are filled with fear, it obeys fear. If your words and feelings are filled with faith, it obeys faith. The power of expectancy is undeniable. When you expect healing, your body responds. When you expect abundance, your mind becomes alert to opportunities. When you expect love, your spirit radiates the energy that draws it closer. Expectancy is not wishful thinking, it is alignment. It is training your subconscious to accept the outcome before it arrives. And the moment it accepts, the process of manifestation begins. Yet the journey requires persistence. Seeds of faith must be watered daily. You cannot plant a seed and dig it up each morning to see if it is growing. You cannot affirm your vision once and then give up when nothing changes overnight. The subconscious works in silence, beneath the surface. Growth is invisible before it is visible. Progress is hidden before it is revealed. The greatest test of faith is to continue believing even when you cannot yet see results. Every repetition strengthens the pathway. Every affirmation builds a new pattern. Every visualization sends deeper signals into the subconscious. Each act of persistence moves you closer to alignment. And as the old patterns fade, as the new ones take root, the shift becomes undeniable. What was once hard becomes natural. What once felt impossible becomes inevitable. This is the miracle Joseph Murphy wanted the world to know, that the power to change your life does not lie outside of you. It lies within your own mind. You are not powerless. You are not bound by circumstance. You are not a victim of chance. You are the one giving orders to the silent power within, and it is obeying you in every moment. So rise above the illusions of limitation. Speak words that build, not words that destroy. Hold visions that lift, not visions that weaken. Plant faith, not fear. And as you do, watch as the invisible becomes visible, as belief becomes reality, as the life you once dreamed of becomes the life you now live.